website. I've noticed a recurring theme where we start off this little intro bit with we either talk about some technology.
You basically start the podcast before the podcast is
started.
Yeah,
but there seems to be a technological trend. We either use Google answer results or we talk about Jason's mouse program. Today we're talking about how man, guy, and person are all first or last names, depending on how you spell them. And there's that website where you can look up names. And Jason should be going to this so we can see if we can find it. But I was wondering, is there a dude named guy, man, person? Man, guy, person? Person, man, guy?
Is there someone...
Dude, is your default web page or whatever it's called, homepage, is it the slime on Minecraft?
It
or
opens
did you just have that open?
Where it lasts is howmanyofme.com. This is going to be difficult when the mouse is moving.
Man as a name is spelled with two N's and person is spelled with two S's.
What are you looking for?
Guy, person. Try that. Or is it PU? Is there a U in there?
Are you 13? Yes, I am 13 or older.
Why do they need to know that?
Don't know.
There's only one? There's only one guy person?
There's exactly one person in the U.S.
There's exactly one guy person in the U.S.
Guy person. There's 99,000 people in the U.S. with the first name Guy, 2,000, almost 2,500 with the last name Person, and there's exactly one person apparently in the U.S. with the name...
Who's named Guy Person.
Guy Person.
That's a perfect way to start the shortest podcast episode ever.
That's exactly how it goes.
Hello, I am the bro host.
And I'm the co-host.
Stuttered there a bit. We don't have time for stuttering.
I was trying to think of something clever to say, but I didn't.
We have less
minutes.
Than half the normal podcast time today because I'm busy.
Because
my
Jonathan
mom's
made
making
a
dinner.
Boo-doo. Boo-boo.
And Jason's just been playing Minecraft.
It's not my fault that we're doing this.
Speed round.
It's your fault that you didn't do
You ready,
your
Jason?
homework.
Because you had most of the topics this time around.
No, we just talked about how I'm not talking.
No, but I do want to talk about Mario Kart Tour, but
okay.
I have no experience playing it. You have.
Mario Kart Tour is like the next Pokemon Go. It's like becoming an internet meme craze thing, yeah.
I mean, I have seen a lot of people talking about it.
I've seen so many memes in the past couple days of just...
Dude, I want the memes.
Like, people...
I gotta get in on
like
this.
dash cam videos of people driving or whatever. And it's like me trying to steer in Mario Kart Tour. Because the steering is the controls are awful.
I watched the direct and I was like, people are going to be upset about those controls.
Because they're awful. You literally have to choose between being able to move and being able to drift. You can only do one or the other. You can't move and drift, and you can't move and drift, I guess.
I mean, what do you expect from a smartphone game, honestly?
On-screen buttons is what I expect. Like, they could literally just put a drift button on the screen.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I would hope they'd have, an option for that.
And also, if they made it horizontal instead of portrait mode, like vertical...
Oh, dude, you're totally right.
Then it would be even easier to hold it and have buttons.
What I want to know is, I saw the tapping is how you use items. Can you tap in the front or the back to decide which way you throw it?
Yes.
Okay, good. That's all I wanted. I was like, if you have to, only throw items one way, imagine... I can't imagine a Mario Kart game now where you can't throw shells forward and backward. It just seems wrong.
I love how they give you, the ability to do that, but not move.
But not drift and move.
Yeah.
So you're saying you gotta, have your direction set, and then you go into drift mode.
Well, what it does is, by default, it automatically steers for you. So realistically, you could just play the game by tapping go, and you don't have to press a single button.
Oh, it's like the baby mode in Mario Kart 8 where it partially auto-steers?
Yeah. Except for it's full auto steering.
It's like a rail racer.
It'll literally drive the entire thing for you.
So it's just you almost decide where on the track you're staying while it just guides you along.
or to like get items.
That works
avoid
for
stuff.
a mobile game.
But literally, if you wanted to, you could.
a lot of mobile games have that same general.
You
formula.
could make some sort of mechanical AFK machine that'll just tap the buttons for you, start a race, and you can just sit there and it will just play the game for you. And that's just dumb, in my opinion.
Is it fun?
No.
Oh, then why'd you keep playing it this morning?
Because I'm trying to get to the point where I can add friends. Because some point they said they're gonna roll out multiplayer, which sounds like it'll be more fun at least. But as it currently stands, I think it's cool, and I think it's especially cool how they've translated all of the old courses from Mario Kart 8 into the game. Like, that's pretty impressive that they have all of the tracks in there. But it's just not fun because the whole time it's just like trying to. What happens a lot is you start like fishtailing. Like overcorrecting, like you go. The weird thing with the tilt controls, which is the only way that you can move left or right while having drift mode on, is if you use the motion controls, tilt controls.
Can you turn those off?
Yeah, they're off by default.
That's what I thought.
When you use the tilt controls, you'll tilt to the right, and it's like the slipperiest movement ever.
Goodness.
It's like a second after.
Are you sure it's not just the character you're playing as?
Yeah, I'm sure. As soon as I don't think they have different acceleration. Well,
I'm pretty sure they do.
I think they do, but
Mario Kart.
That wouldn't affect. No, but that wouldn't affect what I'm talking about.
Okay.
It's like a second after you tilt to the right, you start moving to the right slowly, and then exponentially going further. So then you like try to correct because you start going so fast. All of a sudden, you turn to the left, and then you basically just start waving across the track because you're trying to correct so much. You can't just slightly adjust. You can't make slight adjustments.
That's funny to imagine.
You can't make slight adjustments because if you try to move just a little bit, you'll move so slowly, you'll never get there. And then if you try to go faster, you'll just start spinning out of control. You can't make any sort of fine adjustments. And if you try, even on small, like going across small curves, it's just impossible. It is impossible. You'll just.
Except without the auto steering.
And the only reason why everybody doesn't just fly off the edge is because on almost all the stages they've put borders around the edges, so you can't actually fall off.
Dude. Well, see, that's what I'm thinking. I feel like the game's got publicity. I mean, it's Mario. It's got a premise that's interesting.
But the problem with that,
the reactions I've seen vary from eye to bad.
It's really
even awful.
It's really bad publicity because for some people, well, like Pokemon Go is probably a lot of people's first Nintendo app game. But then for a lot of people, this is like, or even for a lot of people, this is probably like the first Nintendo game they played in a while for people that don't play Nintendo games. And they're seeing this, and it's not a very good representation of Nintendo brand quality, I guess. But
and I've heard there's a lot of cheap stuff they try to do to get you to make.
I was gonna get into that more.
I was surprised when you told me it was free because I remember the last Mario
transactions. They literally, it's basically
because Mario Run is still, what is it?
It's $10? Basically loot boxes. Here, I should pull up the price. I can't remember. It's not even $5 for 3 rubies, I think, and it costs 5.
Nintendo, you're not usually
listen.
Like this.
It costs 5 rubies to like shoot the pipe or whatever. I think that's what they are. To shoot the pipe, and the pipe, when you shoot the pipe, it's like a loot box. It gives you a random item, cart, character, whatever.
Rubies in a Mario game.
They're a
ripoff. Is this run by me?
I'm pretty sure it cost $5 to buy 3 rubies, which isn't even enough to do the pipe thing once. And I've heard this, which I didn't even look through the shop much at all, but in the shop, you have to buy all the characters. Except for Peach and Toad is what you start with. You have to buy.
Oh, really?
Mario.
Wait. You don't.
Listen.
You don't.
No. Oh. Wait. You're gonna get. It's gonna get even better when you listen to this. Mario costs $20. To play as Mario in Mario Kart Tour, you have to spend $20, and there's no other way unless you get him out of the pipe, which is very rare.
But mushroom people and princesses are free.
Look, got it. Login bonus, 5 rubies. You can use these to fire off the pipe.
Buy Mario Kart now for free whamming. Princess Peach is free. Everyone else you have to pay for.
The shop here.
That's such a weird default character selection.
The shop. I have 20 rubies right now. Does that ploy where it makes you spend some that it gives to you for free.
This is ridiculous.
So there's some stuff that costs coins. Here, the pipe. It costs $5 to shoot the pipe. Yeah. Okay, that's.
But is that the thing where it uses the in-game currency that you don't have to pay for, and it's just random though? Is that what it is?
rubies can only be gotten. There's like the gems of Clash of Clans.
Why is it always gems? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's just a standard now.
It's a weird
And
thing.
then coins are what you collect by playing.
And can you unlock stuff even if only randomly through coin purchases?
No, because the only way to get random stuff is firing the pipe, which costs rubies.
So you can't unlock anything without using real world money.
Correct.
That's lame.
Oh, and apparently you can only fire the pipe 100 times per season thing.
Bro, they're just piling on top of this.
Well, that makes sense.
Nintendo was never like this.
So purchase rubies here. 3 rubies. 3. Such an obscure number, too. Not even enough to shoot the pipe once. Costs $2. 10, and above it says 9 plus 1 bonus. You're buying 9, and then it's throwing in a bonus 1, apparently.
Dude, these are some weird numbers.
10 rubies for $6. You can shoot the pipe twice to randomly get, like, some really bad cart or something for $6.
1%.
135 rubies for $70. If you spend $70, you get to shoot the pipe 10 times.
Are these bulk purchases? I don't have time to do the math as you're saying. They are technically a better deal as you go out.
Yes, but barely.
Okay. Yeah, I was noticing it didn't
So
look
let's
like
shoot the pipe really quick.
Deal.
Let's shoot the pipe.
But you don't have rubies.
Yeah, I have 20.
How'd you get them?
When I started. And just then it gave me a login bonus.
Okay, well then at least they're not they're just extremely.
Yeah, but it's the kind of login bonus you probably get that once like a week or a month or something. Okay, let's see in real time, guys. Let's see. I'm shooting the pipe. Let's see what I get. I got Baby Mario. That's actually probably pretty good.
Yeah, that probably is pretty decent.
Actually, it's probably not.
But everyone hates the baby and metal characters.
I want to see though where everybody saw the actual characters that you buy. Oh, there it is. The New York set. Mario plus 45 rubies is $20. And that's how you get Mario.
Nintendo isn't usually like this, but when it comes specifically to their Mario mobile games, they suddenly get super stingy.
It's so weird.
They're like the crossing over of the big icon of Mario and the opportunities that the mobile system.
Yeah, exactly. It's greedy. That's
but they're
why
usually
I really
not like
hate
that. Even with other times,
I hate it. It's pure greed.
I don't know, man.
It's just not what you'd expect from a Nintendo
Who's behind
game.
this?
And the fact that
put a stop to this.
It's so weird that I didn't even realize all this hype. Apparently, people had built up. People that I wouldn't even imagine ever playing a Nintendo game in my class on Friday. Everybody was just talking about it. I was literally sitting in class and I see somebody on their phone tilting it back and forth, and I was like, "Oh, you playing Mario Kart Tour?" And then we started talking about it. I'm like, I would never think in a million years that I'd be talking to this person right now about a Nintendo game. But I mean, of course, Mario Kart is more of a extremely well-known franchise. But still, it just seems so weird. I didn't realize how popular this would be.
I feel like,
but it's sad because it's bad. It's just not a good game.
I feel like there's a demographic that is aware of how popular Mario is, but couldn't care less. But there are also those super casual, like, loser gamers. Well, I don't want to create a stereotype here. But, you know, the ones who really don't...
Girls.
No, I wasn't even thinking of girls. But those kinds of people who will only play, like, mobile games... And so then once it's there, it's like it's free food. It's like you might as well like.
Well, exactly.
Like
that's why they make it free.
Entrees sitting on the table. It's like I might as well try the Mario. I know everyone's talking about Mario.
That's why it's free, and it's kind of. I honestly don't think anybody's gonna spend that kind of money on. That's literally ridiculous.
Well, no, there's always someone. There's always someone.
No, that's the thing. They're probably gonna make money from like big YouTubers or whatever that have cash to spend. But
that's the only way Pokemon Go still makes money.
But realistically, they would make probably like 200% more if they drop the prices dramatically on that.
Yeah.
Because nobody is going to buy not even one free item for $2.
It seems ironic, but it's really coincidental that being greedy doesn't get you money.
You can get a random ugly like Wario bike or something for $2.
To pay for being a jerk.
It's loot boxes for $2.
Yeah.
A loot box with one item for $2.
I like all the advertising and stuff for it, though, and I like its design.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be good. I was pretty excited for it. But, you know.
Come on,
here
Nintendo.
We are. Speaking of things that I was excited for, but didn't turn
Mario
out to be great.
on a track of movement, and then micro-transition it to all get out.
Speaking of,
and make
I'm
money,
trying to make
profit.
a segue here. We're halfway through.
Go.
We are halfway through.
Hurry, run!
We gotta hit the topics. So speaking of things that I was excited for that didn't turn out as I thought, Minecon Live.
Just you were disappointed
by
that?
I was pretty not disappointed.
Was it cringy? I didn't watch it live.
No, well because that's the thing. It's Minecon Live now. It's not like a convention anymore.
Ooh.
Because,
even though it has con in it?
Yeah, because that's why it's called Minecon Live, because they didn't invite anybody. Like, it's not a convention. It was just a live stream, basically. Because they didn't probably want the cringe and stuff that was happening before.
It's kind of like how I feel like when Nintendo stopped doing live, like, E3 presentations.
But they
like,
announced Minecraft Festival for next year, which is basically what Minecon was.
Yeah.
3 days convention kind of thing. In addition to another live stream.
Woo!
But, so what they announced basically is, they talked a bit more about the bees, honey blocks, which is kind of weird. And then they announced the biome vote, which I don't know if you knew about that before.
Yeah, I did.
Did you see the videos?
That's a neat wave.
The little pixel videos that they did for the biome.
Yeah,
they were
the
really cute. I like them. I think I probably would have voted for swamp. And I talked to some other people that said they wanted swamp.
What are you doing
in
my swamp?
Yeah, everybody wanted Shrek mob. No, people were saying
ogre mob.
Frog gets hit by lightning and it turns into Shrek. But anyways, mountains won, which I was fine with because I think if they do it right, the mountain generation, if they make like those swirly mountains that they showed, that would look really cool. Like, I just got Polar Express vibes from that when I first saw it.
Spiral
like,
Mountain.
You remember the big mountain that the train goes up in Polar Express? If it looks like that, that would be pretty cool. But overall, I've never really been, like, one to be like, wow, Minecraft train generation is so beautiful. So, I probably would have voted for Swamp because the frog seems like a cool mob. A new wood type, the mangrove trees. And boat chest, which just sounds funny. It's like a minecart chest. But a boat.
Boat.
But also, there's snowy or snow now, which might be cool.
Snowy or snow? I didn't hear about that.
I'm extremely convinced. That's all they described it as, but when they showed it in the video, they just showed somebody sinking into it. So
they're just saying snow that looks more like snow.
No, it behaves differently, because they, like, sunk into the block.
But at first I thought you were saying there's snow, and then they have snowy or snow that exists.
That's what they called it. They just said...
No, they're just updating the snow to be snowier, right?
They might just be adding a new block.
Because this is like when they made, like,
snowy or snow
what is
block.
it, the hard ice block?
No.
The blue ice
There's
block?
There's 3 different types of ice now.
Oh my goodness. Packed ice.
Packed ice, and blue ice.
Why?
Technically, there's a 4th.
This is how I feel about the 3 different types of zombie pigmen that exist now.
Yeah, I'm going to talk about
That seems unoriginal.
Technically, there's a 4th type of ice that is unobtainable, but with the Frostwalker boots that turns the water into ice... That's technically a different type of ice block. So, technically, there's 4 different types of ice in the game.
Dude, I forgot about that thing.
Yeah. So, yeah, ice is... I was wondering if it's going to be like that, or if they're just going to change snow blocks in general. Which I'd be fine with either, to be honest, because Minecraft has already gotten to that point where you can't... I would expect them to just make another snow block called Snowy or Snow.
Snowy or Snow.
But, yeah, no, the big thing is that they announced basically the overall theme of the update, which is the Nether.
Nether update.
Nether update.
You thought you wanted caves, but you were wrong. You wanted forests in hell.
To be honest, it looks pretty amazing. Like, it looks...
As long as the forests are decently sparse. I don't want them to be
It looks like something that I would have wanted to be...
I don't know if they need 2 different colors, though.
It looks like something that would be a different game. That's my only issue with it. It doesn't really fit well with Minecraft, I think.
When your game is in, like, a constant state of never being finalized... It's going to always have that like point where it's like, wow, this is completely different
looks
than
like
how it was.
It gives off the vibe of exactly what I have like thought about in a game before.
Minecraft.
I just really like how it looks. I really like the atmosphere of the valley, the Soul Sand Valley, and the forest. But the mobs...
I missed the Soul Sand Valley. I didn't watch like a full video. I watched some clips.
There's blue fire, and it has like this blue...
That sounds cool.
Blue fog in the background. There's different like particle effects and fog now, depending on like the biome.
That's just like a weird video game trope. I feel like there's always blue fire
there was like these
somewhere.
spires. It looked like what people wanted in the cave update, but in the Nether. It looked like a cool looking cave kind of thing. It looked pretty cool.
Yeah, I never thought of a cave update. I don't know what specifically people are looking for.
I think it's more just like making the caves look prettier instead of just like holes.
And maybe like having them have different layouts.
Stalactites, stuff like that.
Yeah, that actually would be rad.
Yeah, and then mostly a lot of it is also getting rid of granite and diorite and andesite because they really are just ugly and stand out. That's a lot of people's opinion.
But then it's like, oh hey, we got new mobs for the Nether. They're all pigs.
But yeah, the Nether mobs I don't like really at all. The beast I guess is fine, but the piglin is like unzombified version of the zombie pigmen. I read the article online. It is confirmed they're not replacing zombie pigmen. It's like they're the villagers of the Nether, basically, which is what they started off having pigmen in the Nether, or that idea proposed of a Nether village with pigmen, and that's where zombie pigmen came from. But now they're like already hostile mobs.
But
it's really weird.
The villager-esque pigs are the ones that look more aggressive.
Exactly, they look more aggressive. That's my problem.
They look more evil, yeah. And then also there's zombie pigmen, so you think the non-zombie version would be the friendly kind, but instead it's just up to your imagination what a pigman would look like.
I don't know how the AI is going to work, because it seems like they're too similar in the way they function.
Yeah.
But, well, except for you. But, yeah.
One doesn't let you touch chests.
The zombies are more docile than the unzombie version.
Yep.
Because unless you're wearing gold, they will attack you by default. But what I'm hoping is that they only appear in, like, the forests and stuff. Well, I read the article online. What they didn't say in the live stream, I don't think they mentioned this, is that they mentioned something about they gather in certain spots. I forgot what they're called. But sort of like villages in the Nether.
Yeah.
They're, like, have little spawning points. So as long as it's, like, just small areas where they spawn, then I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I just don't want them to be, like, a duplicate of zombie
Why so many
pigmen.
pigs? Imagine if the gas were just giant floating pig heads.
They are, maybe.
With, like, veins dangling down.
Yeah.
The blazes were just floating like pig heads shooting fire at you.
But overall, I mean, it looks
just
like
pig world.
Atmospherically,
with chickens sometimes.
Atmospherically, it looks really cool, and they basically are trying to make the Nether a place that you could legitimately live in.
Yeah, that actually is cool.
And
they need to make it a source of obsidian so you can find a way back.
They basically
that would be cool.
They basically revealed that you can use beds now in the Nether because they said.
Oh, but that's such a.
They said you can respawn there, so.
I was thinking they might do something different.
Unless
crying obsidian.
Unless it's something other than beds.
You place it in there, its tears evaporate and form a spawn point.
That would be cool. But anyways, other things, maybe you can have water in certain biomes of the Nether, like the Soul Sand Valley with the blue fire and stuff.
What if it turns into like blood?
That would be a little bit non-Minecraft, but anyways, that's enough about Minecraft. Unless you have anything else to say.
Nah.
Okay, on to psychological things, which is our last topic.
Well, if we're gonna talk about psyching up,
you're gonna talk about.
We psyched ourselves up for this extremely short podcast because we knew we had to blaze through it. We got our like special objects that we're just like rubbing in our hands right now to keep us pumped.
I haven't pet Big Boy in a while.
Yeah, he's got a figurine of a big chicken.
Caitlin has got. You just call me Caitlin.
I don't think I did.
Yeah, you just.
I don't think I said anyone's names.
You said Caitlin. Well, I mean, we have it recorded.
I think I said K as in like okay, and then something else.
Okay.
Let's check it back
because
I don't recall.
Not now, but.
Oh yeah, of course not now. End the podcast.
I mean, well, okay. No. To the viewers at home, they're just listening to us laughing right now because they know you just said Caitlin.
Well, unless I didn't.
But you did. Anyways,
I really don't remember saying any names.
We only have 8 minutes, okay?
Jason's rubbing his little,
I got a little statue.
His little big chicken statue.
Of a chicken. I actually read, like, kind of the backstory behind this, like, stylized way of drawing animals. Apparently rich...
Sculpting, you mean?
Apparently rich Brit... Well, just artisticizing.
Yeah.
What's the word? Whatever. This is a really fat chicken. Apparently, like, British...
This is a really fat
British,
chicken.
like, farmers or whatever. I think it was British. Maybe just European in general, but... Apparently, when they hired artists to draw their livestock, they would hire artists to draw their livestock super fat as a sign of wealth, apparently.
Well, so I guess fat means more meat, and they're like your property, you own the meat.
You know those pictures of like pigs where they're huge
Brother,
and then they just...
spare some oats.
Yeah, apparently that's what that was. It's like supposed to be a sign of wealth and like you have a good farm, I guess, because your animals are gigantic.
Oh, dude, did you hear? They said the brother, the Loops...
died.
But then the guy said that he didn't.
What?
Yeah, he said it was fake.
False
he don't know
Tumblr?
he didn't know who started it. But he
that's
posted
why
the original
I hate
picture,
media.
but it's not his cat.
That's why
but he said he's alive.
Media.
I guess there's not solid confirmation, but it seems legit.
I mean, who's to say he isn't faking it? That's why I didn't like any post or anything with it because I honestly didn't know. Like
the Loops.
Who knows anymore what's real or not?
Borther. But yeah, he's got his chicken and I've got my stuffed Shy Guy.
But anyways, after you just wasted 2 more minutes, you were gonna talk about your classes? You said.
Yeah. In case you remember the cliffhanger.
Episode 1, baby.
Yeah, the cliffhanger from literally before we had.
No, episode 1. What do you mean?
Yeah, before we had any like graphics or anything.
Yeah,
we just had a lava lamp background.
Very long ago. Episode 1.
We had like a cliffhanger where I failed a class. I don't know if I ever said this, but I am retaking that class. It's extremely easy. It's just tedious. So tedious, in fact, that I don't know how much busy work I'm supposed to keep up with. Or at least I didn't, and that's why I failed. I missed like a...
We did talk about why you failed.
Participation requirement.
We didn't talk about...
I would have gotten a B, but instead I got an F.
But I'm assuming they know that you're retaking it because you have to.
Yeah.
Is that all you were going to say?
Well, all of my classes seem like busy work.
You decided now?
And it's killing me because I want to be creative right now, but I can't.
But instead you
put
watch
that
YouTube.
into any outlets. No. Well, I listen to music. I listen to music.
We could have been recording the This could be a full-length podcast if you weren't listening to YouTube or watching YouTube.
I was doing that while I wait for things. Like,
I'm just saying. Listen, I'm not insulting you at all, but there's a psychological thing where we tell ourselves we don't have enough time to do stuff, when in reality we have plenty of time in the day, and
Isn't it the opposite?
No, we choose to believe that the time that we spend doing stuff that isn't productive is just, that's necessary free time, you know? When in reality you have a lot more time than you think to be doing stuff that you if you really want it to be determined. That's all I'm saying. You're awake a lot of hours in the day, and you only eat and sleep for, a certain amount of those hours. Well, sleep, I meant awake, but...
You're awake for half the day. You eat for probably, like, more than 1 hour.
You're awake for probably at least 12 to, at most, like, 16 hours.
Unless you stay up till 6.
Which is not a thing that you should do.
But it is a thing I have to do sometimes.
Well, then you're awake for even longer, so you're only destroying your point here.
I'm destroying my brain.
At most, you eat for... Okay.
It's hamburger time.
Okay. At most, you're eating for, like, at most 3 hours a day. If you're eating an hour at every meal, then you're wasting time. But at most, eating 3 hours of a day. Let's say at the very least, you're awake 10 hours. Like, you slept the entire day. That's 7 hours for you to do work and side work that's less important.
But all of my work takes like 3 times as long as I think it does.
Unless you're working 6 hours in a day, which is quite a long time, then...
That seems normal to me.
Not for you. You're doing schoolwork. There's no way your schoolwork takes 6 hours. Because
I feel like it does.
No, because you're wasting time. You could... If you really just sat down and got stuff done, it wouldn't take so much time.
This isn't like the kind of work that is just a matter of doing it. Like, it's math. I just plug and chug.
You have to figure stuff out.
It's writing.
Yeah.
But I just research and then I put it on paper. Nah, it's like, it's programming for me, dude.
You have to think, I know.
And then you have to know the syntax too, but then they provide you with web pages that are supposed to teach you the syntax, and then it doesn't work, it causes errors.
But, okay.
I know how to do this
logically. Are you trying to tell me that you don't think there's at least like an hour of time today that you wasted that you could have been doing something better?
I feel like we all waste... I think even if we were performing at maximum capacity, we'd waste about an hour. I don't think the human brain is capable
Wasting
of
as in procrastinating or putting something
off.
Like
consciously?
Yeah.
For the whole day? Probably, at least an hour.
Exactly. So, you can say you don't have a lot of time, but...
But it's not so much out of, like, not caring as it is being afraid of trying stuff. Well, which is another problem, but it's a less selfish one.
Don't say that you don't have time. Just say that you're afraid to take risks. Which, by the way, is not taking risks won't even lead to failure, which is the problem with not taking risks. Because failure is what helps you grow. And if you don't take a risk, you're avoiding failure, but ultimately that's not something that you want to avoid. If you took risks and only made successes, that wouldn't even be good. And it's also unrealistic. So...
It's just
always take risks.
My procrastination
unless your risk is like jumping off the building and seeing if you land correctly, because that's probably not a good risk.
My procrastination isn't even always the kind of procrastination you're thinking of when you accuse me of only watching YouTube videos. I made a beatbox song yesterday, and you did know that. You were making fun of me. But it was such a good song.
Not making fun of you, but I was saying you have schoolwork to do. That's why I said yesterday we were going to record the podcast yesterday like we agreed doing it on Saturdays, but you weren't done with your work, and I knew that you should be doing your work. And
all I could
still,
think about,
over the 2 days, you didn't finish this one assignment. That's what I'm saying. Surely you had enough time to finish this one assignment over a whole weekend.
Well, not if I hit the same roadblock I did just now where none of the syntax was working and I couldn't get any help.
And then what was your response to that? You were watching YouTube.
I posted a question. Yeah, and then I waited and I listened to some music.
So instead of going to Stack Overflow and saying, please help me, you should...
I did all that!
You should... Yeah, I'm saying instead of doing just that, you should still actively investigate the problem in the meantime.
Dude, can I say something? I feel like a lot of people on some podcasts, like, they get into these heated topics and they'll, like, talk about, like, politics and stuff. But I love how with us, it's just telling each other that we're living our life wrong. You get that same energy... But it's not controversial.
I'm taking out my own self-hatred on you because all I did today was play Minecraft, and I tried to record a video.
I like this honesty.
I tried to record a video, but I don't think it's going to be that good after all said and done. I don't have many ideas for videos anymore, and as much as I'd love to record a video, I just don't have many ideas. But I probably could have done more, but I ended up just playing Minecraft because I didn't think any of my ideas would work. So, basically, all I'm saying is... like for me, there's probably like 4 hours in the day I spent today. 4 or 5 hours that I could have been technically doing something else. Although, realistically, if you record for 5 hours, you're going to be tired. It's not going to be good, but...
Yes.
But that's what I'm saying. I could have been editing or something. So that's what I'm saying to you. I know for a fact that there's time that you could have been using better.
But
that's true for all of us.
I have almost the exact opposite problem. Because I... do know what I want to make, and I can make it creatively, but then I've got all this work.
Your free time is a limit approaching... time is a limit approaching zero. It will never, ever reach zero, even if it's extremely close.
I wrote a song with lyrics and everything, and it's so good.
It'll never reach zero.
And all I can think about is if I was trying to work on my thing that whole time, that song would have just escaped into the part of my memory that fades away.
And when are you ever going to use that song?
In a game.
You're going to sing the lyrics, huh?
All I want to do is make music and
what
art and animations and video games.
Sing the lyrics.
But I don't have time to even stare at the things. I don't have time to stare at the software on my desktop that lets me do those things.
Sing the lyrics and then lower the bit rate, auto-tune it, so that it just sounds like an 8-bit voice singing it.
That's actually cool, yeah.
That's what I would do if I made a video game song.
Dude, we should make a band and I compose all the music and then I sing it and then you just edit my voice.
No, I should sing.
We'll both sing.
I'm a better singer than you, though.
But
you can write the songs, I'll sing them and edit it and produce it and mix it.
But what if the songs are about me? You don't want to sing my lyrics.
No, that's just you being embarrassed about having emotions that you express through song, which is what you did to me with my songs when I wrote them.
Well, no, your thing was, and this is actually interesting because your thing was you wrote like love songs, but like I was like, what would you know about that?
My songs were dookie.
The song that I just wrote turned into a love song.
John, you're incapable of having feelings of love.
Well, see, the thing is, I do have feelings of love. They're just platonic. The song was originally about you, dude.
Waifus. You're writing a love song to your waifus.
My waifus? Dude, you're Mr. Anime Girl.
Yeah. Ironically.
I put an anime girl on your side of the room. Did you see that on the last episode of the
No, I didn't. I don't actually. I don't even watch anime at all. So the joke isn't even.
Yeah, I watch anime, but he's the one who's obsessed with anime girls.
I do not watch anime.
You want to know why? Because it's a meme. Anime girls.
It is
waifu.
A meme. Well, I actually do really like the anime art style.
And, then watch anime.
Women are more attractive than men.
Stop making JoJo references if you don't even watch JoJo, Jason.
Bakere. Jotaro.
Jotaro.
That's the only thing I've ever said. Anyways, we really got to go, Jonathan. So
okay.
We should probably wrap this up.
Well, what I was gonna say is
they can't hear you.
Is you've officially said, and well, you said this before. This is like straight up my channel now.
Ew.
Yes, I know I spat the littlest bit possible.
Big time spit.
But it's weird because I still feel like you're a necessary creative direction on this. And furthermore, it's interesting because this is something that now that it exists, I want to maintain it. But I never would have wanted to create this at this point if it didn't already exist. But if I could create, I know, and I brought this up before. If I could create my own YouTube channel and have my own stuff, then this would be more interesting because most people that have podcasts are established YouTubers.
With literally 2 clicks.
But I'm not a YouTuber if I don't have content. The content is the hard part. I'm not going to create a YouTube channel just so I can say I have a YouTube channel.
You could. I mean, some people upload every year and they still are popular.
Well, yeah, but you still need that first upload so you can prove that you do that.
Yeah, so...
And I can't work on that stuff because I have schoolwork.
Well, I just said it. Even if it takes a year, you could still upload every year. Not that I think that you should do YouTube, because you're basically saying that you want to work on 20 different projects at once.
I just want to be an artist. If it's an art form, I'm doing it.
I would agree, but you also can't logistically do everything, especially while you're in college, and you have to have priorities.
I know, but I want to do it now because I'm mortal. I have so much time on this earth.
Yeah, you have a lot more time, is what I'm saying, that you can spend doing that in your retirement.
I'm not gonna make art when I'm retired. Then no one will care. They'll say I'm like a senile old man. I won't be with the times.
Yeah.
Even though that statement probably won't mean anything by that point.
I'm gonna be YouTubing till I'm 80, and I'm gonna have that many subscribers.
Dude, that'd be awesome. This is the after thing.
No, there was already the after thing.
Oh, really?
Well, I mean, it's up to you, but I thought I saw a place where you could have an after.
You always see these places,
It's up
and
to
I
you.
don't.
Okay, well, yeah, because I'm more artistically driven.
here's
More
the thing I
artistically
was gonna
driven.
say.
We have to. I want to eat a hamburger.
Well, I was just gonna say this. This would be the first month that we made a video on this channel for every single week. But that's with a technicality because we didn't make a podcast video for every single day of the week. I made that little animation.
Okay, cool.
That's
Bye.
an interesting record.
Bye.
Bye.